Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of Chase's Org Thingy Season 6 All-Stars. Now, we are at the final 16, which means we're about to have Pancake decide if we swap or if we stay. But before that happens, one thing did happen before the swapping or potential swap happens. Jace was pissed about the soccer vote because this is yet another vote that Jace was left out of. No one is telling him anything. He voted for Nathan because he didn't know anything, and so he is pissed of how out of the loop he is. And for this next challenge, whether we swap or we stay, it is going to be two tribes going to tribal council, meaning that both tribes are going to compete for individual immunity instead of tribal immunity, because we're going to have two tribes either way. Even though 16 can be divided into 4, we're not going to go down to 4 because we said at the beginning of the season, if a tribe gets down to 4 people, we auto swap. So we can't really swap into 4 people. So what happened? Well, Evan played Influence, and he played Influence to swap. But JB played her Influence to stay. So, balances out 4 options, 2 stay, 2 swap, 50-50 chance, and we end up swapping. So, what are our new tribes? Well, we're sticking with Pantheon and Toaster's Bitches. So, onto Toaster's Bitches first. We have Nathan, Jack, Asher, Evan, Cosmo, Bing, Joey, and Deku. So Evan and Deku are staying together. We also have Jack in there, and Jack's friends with Evan. So there could be something there of Jack Evan, Deku going on in the works. Nathan and Asher are there. They worked together in the last vote. Cosmo and Bing and Joey are also there. Bing is kind of on his own. He's been kind of inactive, doesn't really have that many close alliances. Joey just got completely blindsided, so Joey is feeling very vulnerable right now. And Cosmo's being Cosmo. He's not really in a majority alliance, but no one's against him. No one's really targeting him. Cosmo's just kind of vibing. He's staying very under the radar here. Then on the Pantheon tribe, we have Toaster, Nevid, JB, Bayback, Moth God, Chase, Jace, and Jaffe. So, this one's a little bit more interesting. We have Toaster and Nevid back again, the dynamic duo from Season 3. We have JB and Bayback, who just worked together to get out soccer. Bayback through the walkie-talkie that helped her out a lot and saved her ass with the getting stuff through, leaking plans, talking to Asher, and helping convince people. Then we also have Chase in there, who JB is wanting to work very closely with, so we could have a Chase, JB, Bayback trio. We have Moth God, who is just kind of vibing. He's been on the wrong side of a lot of votes, but also on the wrong side of a lot of votes is Jace. And Jace is very mad at JB for leaving him out of the last vote. So there could be some tension there and something like that. And then we have Jaffe. Jaffe voted for Toaster. Toaster now knows about it and is a little bit annoyed and frustrated about it. Like, he's not mad about it, but he's not exactly, like, happy either. He's just like, what the hell are you doing, Jaffe? And also, Nevid and JB. Nevid is still saying that he wants to target JB. He still wants JB out of this game, so there could be some head-to-head with that. And also, Bayback kind of wants Toaster out, but not right now, because Toaster's being super social. So there's some weird tribe dynamics there as well. So this should be a very interesting double tribal, since both of these tribes are going to tribal council. Alright, so what happened at the challenge? Well, as I said before, individual immunities. So on Toaster's Bitches, winning individual immunity is Deku. So Deku is going to be safe, is guaranteed in Final 14, which Final 14 is where we start to do the merge, possibly. This is where Pancake will choose between swapping tribes, staying together, or merge. So 33% chance that they merge, assuming no one plays Influence, but I actually think all the Influence has already been played, and no one's going for Influence on the advantage menu. I'm sorry. So Deku is safe. And right now, it's looking like Bing is going to be the target. I was right about the Jack, Evan, and Deku trio. They're working together. Jack made an alliance chat saying, "Pretend Jack is JB," which is my favorite alliance chat name. So they're going for Bing just because he's been inactive. They want a super easy vote. And so far, everyone's just kind of like, all right, yeah, that's fine. No theatrics have happened yet, but Tribal also started 40 minutes ago. So who knows? They still have 23 hours to cause chaos. But on the Pantheon side, it's also looking kind of like an easy vote. The three targets seem to be Bayback, Moth, and Jace. JB is going to protect Bayback most likely. So Bayback shouldn't be in any danger, and it's probably going to be Moth God because people are just kind of like, yeah, we just want an easy vote here too. So it seems like it's just going to be two really easy votes onto Bing and Moth God. Jace might get a vote. JB said she's not going to throw his name out there, but if it happens, it happens. So Toaster is thinking maybe Bayback just because Bayback has 2 strikes because he didn't submit for the story writing challenge and he didn't vote at one of the tribals, so he has 2 strikes already. So if Bayback does not vote here, Bayback gets medevaced from the game and no votes happen. But Bayback feels really bad about having 2 strikes and being pretty inactive, so I doubt that's going to happen. And he didn't get a single strike in Season 1 or Season 4, so I'm not too worried about him getting that last strike if he's actually trying to play the game, which right now it seems like he's turned the corner and has started to like really start to play. So it just seems like it's going to be 2 easy votes. Pantheon, it might be Moth God, it might be Jace, but I think it's leaning towards Moth God, or at least that's what JB and Bayback want. But they're the ones that are they're the only ones that have really talked about this in their confessionals. So Nevin wants JB gone, but I doubt that's going to get much traction at all, just because people don't want to make a big move, and this tribe is connected of people that love JB. So he might be able to get Moth God and Jace, but I doubt that Toaster and Jaffe will vote there, and JB, Bayback, and Chase should be a fairly solid 3 for this vote. Come merge, I don't know how close they'll be, but it seems like all 3 of them are really liking each other and wanting to work together. So it could be a very dangerous 3, which means JB would have 2 tight trios. So yeah, I'll come back with updates, assuming that something happens in the next 23 hours. Alright, so not too much has happened, but a little bit has happened. So in the last video, I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention Joey used his safety without power. No one was targeting Joey at all, and then Joey just said, alright, peace, I'm out. Right as Tribal started. So now everyone's like, okay, well, cool. So Bing? Yeah. Okay. So it's just an easy vote on Bing for the Toaster's Bitches side of things. Yeah, Toaster's Bitches side of things. Cosmo's paranoid that this is too easy of a vote. And he's heard that Jack is throwing his name out there. So Cosmo wants Jack out, but he's still voting for Bing. Then on the Pantheon side of things are a little bit more complicated. The vote has shifted from Moth God to Jace. Because Jace is trying to target JB and try to get her out. Toaster is heavily considering this idea, and he talked to Bayback about it, and Bayback was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then Toaster's like, I was just testing the waters, bro. I was just checking out. I was seeing. And then Bayback's like, bullshit. That's not how the conversation went at all. That's just how Bayback's confessionals go. So Toaster, I think, is probably going to vote for Jace, but he could end up voting for JB and trying to pull off a move with Jace. But Bayback is saying that Toaster was testing it out, but seemed to really want to vote out JB, and he told JB this. And the vote just shifted from Moth God to Jace because Jace was the one wanting to do stuff. Right now, Deku has the walkie-talkie advantage and is considering giving their individual immunity necklace cross-tribe to JB. So then JB and Jaffe would both be safe at their tribal. I think this is unnecessary. I think JB's safe either way, but it could be kind of funny to see what would happen with that. So JB also has an idol, so if she is actually in any danger, I think she'll just play that. So JB should be safe. And it should probably be Jace going home, and it should be Bing going home for the two people. But yeah, and Joey uses safety without power, so that's one advantage. One more advantage gone. That's about all that's happened in the last 12, 13, 14, 15. It's 2. So, actually, it's almost 17 hours. Some amount of hour. It started at 10 p.m. last night. It's been 17 hours. Yeah, 17. I don't math. I'm a communications major. I just talk. As you can tell, I like to talk and ramble. This has gone on for a little bit too long, hasn't it? I should probably end this clip. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this clip. Alright, see you in the next clip. Okay, so a few things are happening right now. So let's start off with the tamer, calmer tribe. Toaster's bitches. So Bing is pretty much secured going home. No one's really trying to do anything. Everyone's just like, okay, yeah, I'll do Bing. And Bing hasn't made any effort to save himself. I'm not even sure he knows he's on the chopping block. But we also have Cosmo, who I said was paranoid because apparently he heard his name from Jack. And then Jack is now paranoid that Cosmo's after him, because Cosmo DM'd him saying that, said, hey, by the way, I haven't heard any names from Bing, so I just told him your name, just to throw one out there. I was just letting you know. To which Jack's like, why me? What? What did I do? In his confessionals, that is. So Jack is paranoid, Cosmo is paranoid, and then Bing is not, but Bing is going home. Then on Pantheon, oh, sorry, there's that one strand of hair that's like catching the light, like I'll try to get that out there. Okay, cool. Then on Pantheon, so this is the tribe that is JB versus Jace for the vote out right now, and right now things are getting interesting. So Jace and Moth God are pretty much voting for JB. JB, Bayback, and Chase are all voting for Jace. So the swing votes here are Toaster and Joffy. Oh, and Nevid is voting for JB as well. So Toaster and Joffy are in a weird position. Joffy has submitted a vote for Jace, but he can obviously switch his vote if he wants to. Now, also, this is 4 hours until Tribal Council. So Joffy has submitted for Jace, but can switch it if he wants to. And right now, Toaster is looking like he wants to vote out JB and wants to pull the bigger move. Well, once again, Bayback is in the middle of everything. So Toaster told Bayback before that he was considering the idea of JB, and he was just kind of feeling it out, and Bayback's like, eh. Well, now Toaster's telling Bayback that they are going for JB, and that what are the odds that she has anything? Or that, you know, if the plan gets leaked, which we don't think it will, what are the odds that she even has anything and would play it? To which Bayback is now going, why am I in the middle of all of this? Why do you guys keep putting me in this awkward position? Because now Bayback has the choice of, do I leak the plan or do I let the blind side happen? Which, it may not even happen anyways, because it's looking like it might go to Rocks, because Toaster and Joffy are in that weird position, and they're both the swing votes, but they're both kind of on either side, because as I said before, Joffy already voted for Jace. Now, as I said before, he can switch it, but he hasn't put in his confessionals any reason to want to switch it. And so JB is paranoid. She said that she's going to play her idol if anyone plays an idol onto Jace, but no one's going to because she has the only idol on that tribe. Deku is falling asleep because they're from EU, so they're not going to give her immunity, most likely. So Bayback is now like, do I tell her that there's a blind side or do I not? So it's getting interesting, and I will let you know what happens in the next update, because the Bayback stuff just now happened, so I don't know how that's going to finish out or pan out at all. All right, so Bayback told JB the Toaster plan, or what Toaster was telling Bayback to do, and JB is now going to play an idol. She's basically like, yeah, I'm not taking a chance on this, I'm playing my idol. So right now, JB, Bayback, and Chase are deciding on who do we want to vote for. Do we want to continue the plan and vote for Jace, or do we want to vote for someone else? They haven't said who that someone else would be, but I would assume it would be Nevid or Toaster. Probably Toaster, because Toaster has played very well this game and is a huge threat. But at the same time, they all kind of like Toaster. And Toaster isn't the only one screwing over JB. So, I mean, Nevid is actively going on a warpath to try and get JB out. Jace is mad at her. Moth God's probably safe for this one. Which is kind of ironic given where it started. So they're deciding between who they want to vote for right now. So it seems like JB's going to play her idol, going to be safe, and JB, Chase, and Bayback are all going to decide who they want to vote out, and they get to pick whoever it is that they want to. So very powerful position, and this will get them guaranteed Final 14. So maybe secure the spot and merge, because it's a 33% chance that they merge after this round. Okay, so now Jaffe is changing his vote. He doesn't say to who, he just said he's unsubmitting it from Jace. So right now it's looking like a 5-3. JB does really need to play her idol, but looks like she's going to. So once again, this should be interesting. Alright, so tribals are over. I'll get my face more in frame. Tribals are over, so for the Toasters bitches, vote went as planned. Bing went home in a, I think, 6-1, because Joey left and 8 people. So yeah, 6-1. And then on Pantheon Tribe, JB did play her idol. She negated 5 votes against her, and then it was a 2-1. 1 vote went to Jace, 1 vote went to Toaster. And the final vote, the person going home, is Toaster. So, Bing, GG's, thank you for playing. You're the reason why I started hosting. You're my first org that got me really into orgs, because it happened during the pandemic. Asher hosted my first org, actually, but that was when I was way too busy to play orgs. So, Bing, thank you for fully getting me into orgs, and thank you for getting me to host. None of this would have happened without you. Toaster, GG's, you're my son. I'm sad that you didn't get second place, as all the Chase family does. But GG's, Toaster, you're incredibly fun to watch this season, and you played such a good social game. And JB was just the fall, but JB has now successfully taken out number 1 and number 2 in the power rankings. Not single-handedly, but almost single-handedly. I mean, she had a lot of help, because you need a lot of help in these votes, especially to get an idol, to have Bayback with the cross-tribe stuff, but she put in most of the hard work. But yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on now. GG's Bing, GG's Toaster. Both of you played well, and thank you for playing again in this season. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Will we merge? Will we swap? Will we stay the same? Hell if I know.